I'm Jim Kircher, and our first story is both timely and timeless. It's about an ancient art form and a modern-day virus. Caravanegar tells us about a local sculptor who creates art out of blocks of stone. But it's also about another project he has that, well, like a lot of things these days, just hasn't gone as planned.
There's something about the surface and the way light hits the surface of stone that to me is particularly attractive. And for sculptors, that's our medium, is light and shadow.
When we visited his studio back in 2016, sculptor Abe Mohler was mostly concentrating on private commissions or creating smaller pieces for gallery shows. Today, a pair of 800-pound lion paws and the enormous granite beast they belong to demonstrate not just a growth in the scale of his work, but also in his skill as an artist.
Bigger is always better. Well, it probably is more satisfying from an egotistical point of view. It is a little tricky logistically to scale stone carving up at a public art scale, and that's one of the reasons why we don't see a lot of it.
But this is exactly the kind of challenge that he embraces.
One of the reasons I got into stone carving was because of its athleticism. The athleticism required to break stone appealed to me, especially as a former athlete. And that was something that I felt I was missing in drawing and painting. I wasn't getting that impact. And there's something about that impact that I really like. So Damon here was an Olympic weightlifting coach. So it helps to have an Olympic weightlifting coach when you're trying to move stone like this.
As important as strength is in stone carving, intuition and grace are just as vital to coaxing life out of marble or granite.
Most of the professional stone carvers that I know are female. They're older females. And I think that probably speaks to some of the delicacy. There's something about stone that takes delicacy and takes finesse. It's not just about brute force and strength and trying to express machismo. It's also about tenderness.
Once the project is installed at a local church, generations of visitors will be able to appreciate the result of all of this hard work and thoughtfulness.
The granite sculptures should last for 1,000 years or more.
When working on projects of this size and complexity, an incredible amount of planning has to happen before the stone is even ordered.
Because you can see the scale of the lion, you can probably imagine how much volume of stone used to be there. So as a sculptor and as a business person, I want to be as efficient as I can possibly be removing that stone. In drawing and in these small models, that was a way for me to begin to figure out how to get the largest possible lion out of the smallest possible stone so that I'm maximizing the budget. Otherwise, all my budget would have gone to purchasing stone. Since I'm using a chainsaw to rough this out, I could find where those optimum cut lines would be and then quarry off these massive blocks that 1,000, 2,000 pounds apiece.
Abraham applied this same careful planning to a new endeavor to expand his and other local artists' horizons through collaboration.
I've spent the last 10 to 15 years working, sketching and writing about this art school that I wanted to create. A place for my stone carving or sculpture studio to exist kind of side by side with some other creative people. I wanted this space, this laboratory where some of these creative ideas can be cultivated.
That space recently became available in a historic building in Soulard.
So this is an old Lutheran church and school that was built for a Slovakian congregation. But in 2004 through 2006 it was renovated. It developed a reputation in town for being a great concert venue. Bands and musicians loved to play here because the sound was so great. There's a big gap between the bar scene and then the Sheldon galleries. And so my vision is to try to fit inside that space and provide this sort of launch pad for the musicians who are incredibly talented, kind of need that extra boost and that next step.
And just as all of the permits, artists, and details fell into place for the big launch date, everyone was told to stay home.
With this coronavirus shutdown and the lockdown, we've had to cancel or postpone multiple events that have been put on, that were on the books and ready to go. We're in a holding pattern until we can start up again. We've seen these lockdowns really have an incredible impact on the musicians and the gigging economy, like those that support the musicians, the sound techs and the lighting techs, and that whole apparatus, that infrastructure that just helps that industry survive. Like, it's just gone pretty much overnight. Hopefully there's a craving, hopefully there's a demand there for gathering again and being together, especially around great music.
Though the setback is disappointing, carving a granite lion to last 1,000 years is a reminder that it's also temporary.